It's time for the late night boxing talks. Ow! Big news earlier today as it pertains to the Joshua Fury. I'm excited about that fight. That fight still has meaning, you know? I think it's good news. I saw some people being critical about the opponent, Prenga, because I guess they were hoping that it would be Wilder. I guess that was based on some things Eddie Hearn said, but I don't know. Like, realistically, I didn't get mad when I saw that it was some nondescript guy because it kind of has to be. For you to not make the mistakes that you made before with Joshua versus Wilder, you had to pick a guy like that. You had to. It was all fun in the sun when they were going to do Wilder versus Joshua, and they thought that Wilder would be able to handle Joseph Parker. The fans thought he could handle it. The bookies thought he could handle it, and he lost. So if somebody was waiting for them to turn around and do Wilder versus Joshua en route to Joshua versus Fury, it's like, well, you setting yourself up to get mad if that's what you thought was gonna happen. What it do, Darren? What it do, Killer B? Trey, what it do? Boxing Saga, we out here. Michael Cervecero, que lo que mi niño. Don, what it do? Chino, what it do? Jay Flint, what it do? You know, for anybody, I never expected Wilder to be next. You know, like, yeah, in an ideal world, if everybody got what they wanted as soon as they wanted it, as soon as they asked for it, yeah, I guess if your mind works like that, but mine doesn't. I didn't think Wilder was going to be next. I think the ideal fight for Deontay Wilder next is another fight with another Brit. I would sooner put him in there with Dillian White. I think that's a sensible fight for Deontay Wilder. I think the buildup would be great. I hope that Dillian White has not become too docile and passive over time, that he still retains some of that rage and some of that anger, because that's what would sell that fight. We don't want to see the Dillian White that we saw in the buildup of the Fury fight, because you notice that he was really docile in the buildup of that fight. He didn't have the heat for Fury that he had for Wilder. But, you know, a sensible fight for Wilder is Dillian White. You already did the thing with Derek Chisora. Now you go back over there, you fight another Brit. You know, you go to Misfits Pro, let them do it the same way they did the Chisora fight. And once again, you can sell that. You can sell Wilder versus White at the O2. You absolutely can. Shout out to my man Trey Duck. Ring, am I tripping? I got Ray Ford beating Forster. We disagree on that one, Trey. Oshaki convinced me, bro, and I've doubted him before. He convinced me. When he was in Mexico, I thought Rocky Hernandez was going to beat him by hook or by crook, and I was wrong. And then when he fought Stephen Fulton, I thought he would beat Fulton but get robbed. And he made it so decisive they couldn't rob him. So I'm done. I'm done counting out Oshaki Foster, bro. Yeah, I'm done. He made me a believer. The other thing is Ray Ford got beat by Nick Ball. You know what I mean? If you getting beat by Nick Ball, you could get outboxed by Oshaki Foster. I think Oshaki's going to slow that fight down. I think he's going to control Ray. I think Ray's going to try to make a fight of it, but he's going to get out hustled. That's how I see that fight. Shout out to Slide. I mean, like, at this point, I gotta like just call a spade and eat my crow. Oshaki done proved me wrong more than once. And I don't see what Ray Ford brings to the table that is so overwhelming. You know, yeah, he's quick. He is quick, but it looks like he's quick in the pocket. When he finally get to you, he's quick. But I don't know that he's quick getting to the pocket. And I could see Oshaki outboxing him. I could see that. It was a tight fight, Trey. True that. True that. It was a tight fight. It wasn't a whitewash in favor of Nick Ball, but it was closer than it should have been. It was closer than it should have been. And I had Ray winning that fucking fight. I picked Ray to win that fucking fight. So Ray ain't done a lot for me. He hasn't done a lot for me. Good little fighter, solid, interesting, but he ain't done a lot for me. And if you can't make it decisive with a very simple fighter like Nick Ball, you could argue that maybe Ray was tight at the weight. Maybe he was there too long. It could have been that. And now that he's at 30, he feels a bit better. He's got more energy. He's got more pop and more zip. But I don't know, man. I can see Oshaki Foster outboxing him. I could see that. Shout out the motherfucking shout out the doubt. Yeah, I know, bro. I was so fucking let down by that shit, bro. I was so fucking let down by that shit, bro. But I had a couple of thoughts about that fight. That fight to me was a potential banana skin. You know what's worse? That they cut that promo for that fight. I don't even think that Dalton is faking an injury or anything. I genuinely believe that he's injured because they cut that promo for that fight, and that was just the other day they posted that shit. Y'all seen that shit? They did a featurette for the Dalton Smith versus Puello fight. And I don't think they're gonna kick out the money to promote that shit. And then this dude is faking an injury. What it do? Puerto Rican rum, we out here, wepa. You know? I fucked up yesterday. I really thought the Stephanie Hahn fight was on Thursday, bro. Amanda had to correct me. Shout out to Amanda. Amanda had to correct me on fucking Twitter, like, yo, that shit is in May, bro. Yo me estoy poniendo viejo, man. I thought that shit was on Thursday, y'all. I really thought that shit. What it do, round one? And yeah, that should be a fun fight. Shout out to Amanda, humbling herself and fighting on an undercard. She really don't got to do that. Amanda really don't got to fight. Like, a lot of people don't know that Amanda don't really got to fight. Like, Amanda just doing it for the love of the game at this point. It's like side quests. Like, she really don't got to be out here doing no more training camps or none of that shit. No, I won't fight Oscar. I'm his bitch, and I only have a few hours to fake being sick. Yeah, that hitching shit, man. That hitching shit is wild, man. But yo, real talk, it's a lot of boxers like that at the end of the day, ain't it? It's a lot of boxers like that today. Tony Harrison basically told on himself that he faked that injury when he was supposed to fight Jermel again. He basically told on himself that he faked that shit because he don't like Jermel. And I think a lot of guys do that, but I don't think Dalton Smith did that. I don't think Dalton Smith did that. They cut a whole featurette for that shit, and they literally released it like what, 2-3 days ago. So I don't think that dude is faking an injury. Does Amanda own a piece of MVP? Yes. And when she retires, she's gonna have a job there as the chairwoman of the organization, and she's gonna be the one that scouts and develops the female fighters, the female talent. So she has a position that she is gonna step into. She's got something waiting for her. That's why I always remind people that she really don't have to keep fighting. It's not a money thing. She has money, plenty of it. It's not a land thing. She has property. She's got property on the island and off the island. She doesn't have to keep fighting. And she has a job. After the boxing is over, she has a job. But, she chooses to keep fighting. What she wants to do now is break Christy Martin's record. And she's not far away from doing that. She's got 31 knockouts. Christy Martin currently holds the Guinness record for the most knockouts of any female boxer. Christy retired with 32 knockouts. Amanda has 31. If she knocks out the German girl in next month, that'll be 32. She'll match Christy. And if she knocks out one more girl after that, she surpasses Christy. Bitchins is over at Zufa in the land of nobody gives a fuck. Ain't that about a bitch? Ain't that about a motherfucking bitch? And you know how I feel about it, real talk. I say it all the time. I'm not one of these people that is rooting for Zufa to fail, but it's hard to believe that you're going to take over the sport and monopolize it when your biggest acquisitions are Edgar Berlanga and Richardson Hitchens. Maybe a year from now, things will be different. But I told a lot of you guys what you're going to start to see, that as a result of Zufa having so much money and looking to poach fighters, what you're going to start seeing is a lot of extensions and a lot of long term contracts. And what did they just sign Bam to? A long term contract. What did they just sign Dalton Smith to? A long term contract. What did Top Rank just sign Xander Zayas to? A long term contract. That where before a deal might only last about 3 fights, which is basically a year and a half. Now they're going to go back to those long form deals where a guy's there for 3 years, 6, maybe 7 fights. They're going to go back to those to try to starve Zufa out, because without other people's fighters, what can Zufa really do? And this is why I kept telling Drew that it's going to boil down to know how, because the most you can do with all the money you have is try to go over somebody else's work, pick up somebody else's fighter where they already did the legwork and they already developed them. The situation they're creating for you is you're going to have to get out there just like everybody else. You're going to have to scout your own talent, and you're going to have to build it from the ground up, because what you're not going to keep doing is poaching our fighters. You managed to get a few, but what are you really going to do with Hitchens? What are you really going to do with Berlanga? The best guy that they got, and it's so fucking weird, the best guy that I saw that they got is Chris Billum Smith. That's the best guy I saw that they got, because that's the one guy they got that he sells tickets. He's not perfect. He's a brawler. I like him as a person, and I like him as a champion. But he's not pound for pound. He's not Usyk. He's not even Opataya. But what makes him a better signing than Hitchens, and a better signing than Berlanga, and a better signing than a lot of guys, he actually has marquee value. If you do a CBS fight in Bournemouth, it's going to sell if you do a CBS fight. And that enables you to do at least 2 shows in the UK. The one that they're about to do, which is a Zufa debut, and then maybe Ryan Rozicki after that, maybe Jai Opataya after that, right? That's one of the better signings they have. That's a fair point, King. That's a fair point. I agree with you. I didn't hear them. I never heard them say, yeah, we doing. I never heard them say that. I heard people say that about them and just run with that idea. I didn't hear them say that, but they just see how many people are behind it. They're making inferences that when you get together Turkey and Nick Khan and Dana White, it's obviously a major undertaking. You're planning something big. So people made the inference that, and they're still making that inference. And then when they see that legislation has been passed that would allow for the formation of a UBO and sort of encroaches on these sanctioning bodies, they tell themselves these guys are trying to take over. Even if they didn't say it, they are trying to take over. I would not rush to that assumption. I wouldn't. But you know. Everybody locking up their guys now. They locking up their daughters now, bro. Straight up. Another thing that I think Zufa needs to do that would enable them to do more shows is sign girls. I know everybody's not as big a fan of the women boxers as I am, but I think that you can get more out of the cards you're doing if you sign some girls. And obviously, it's with the same mindset. You want to deliver action. You understand? Action, knockouts. You want to deliver fun fights, because when you don't have the names and you don't have the brands, when you don't have all of that like the other guys do, the next best thing is to make sure that what you do deliver entertains, because it's entertainment more than sports, more than drama. It's entertainment, and that's what it has to be. And you can deliver that. You can absolutely deliver that, not only with what you have, but a couple of girls. I honest to God, I rather watch Mizuki Hiruta fight than any Devin Haney fight, than any Shakur Stevenson fight. I rather watch Naomi Cardenas. I rather watch Liana Cruz. There's so many other women boxers that I would rather watch than Rolly, than Ryan, than Devin. I don't give two shits about those fucking guys, man. Not at all. You know? What it do, Clavo? Yo, Clavo, they fucking hacked your shit, bro. They hacked your shit, bro. Your Twitter shit. Tú me mandaste un mensaje. Tú me mandaste un mensaje en Twitter. Exactly, Trey. You know that they can diversify their catalog and their offering by putting a couple of girls on there, which is in keeping with the Joneses. And you can do it, Zufa, what you did at the UFC for Ronda Rousey, for Valentina Shevchenko, for Joanna. I don't know how to say her last name, but y'all know who Joanna is. Uh, uh, you can do that for them, and I hope that they do that, because then they'll be able to do more shows throughout the calendar year. So we'll see. Country, what it do?
What's up, Jules? What you up to, bro?
Nah, man, I was out most of the day. I went to the gym in the morning, did an episode of the relay, took the family out to dinner. Now we
Nice.
doing the live boxing talks for the fucking re-up,
Hey,
for the
family time is always important, though, brother. You know that. So,
important, bro. It is important, bro. I had to take everybody out to eat. We went to Applebee's and shit. You know what I'm saying? Applebee's
yep.
doesn't really have that good a menu. I'm gonna keep it real.
No, they're
They,
not that great, man. Really, they're not. you,
uh,
you know
like
who else isn't that great anymore is Chili's. They used to be great, but they're not that great anymore either.
I used to go, I because there's a Chili's over here, and I'm in the Chili's more than I'm in the Applebee's. But it's like Chili's and Applebee's is definitely better than fast food, but I still rate it under. I would still rate it under Cheddar's or Cracker Barrel. Like, yeah, I
Dude,
don't,
the
I don't.
day they got rid of the day Chili's got rid of mozzarella sticks, they pissed me off.
Yeah, yeah, like it's definitely better than fast food and certainly more expensive, but I still don't rate it as high as other restaurants, if that makes sense, cuz it's like a burger joint. It's kind like they got other shit on the menu besides burgers, but chicken
Right.
sandwich, different kinds of burgers. They do a steak, but I don't go to them for steak. I'd rather get an Outback steak than an Applebee's steak. And
You know who I like for like fast food, like fast Mexican food sometimes once in a while is El Torito. They're actually not bad still.
I don't. They don't have. They got a place called Ola out here, and they're fucking awesome. They fucking food is nuts, bro. They make Mexican food. They make Mexican and Salvadorian food, and they shit is off the
Well, I
fucking
mean,
chain,
Chili's is
bro.
way more. I mean, Chili's. El Torito's way more commercial. So I mean, it probably wouldn't compare to that place. But
Yeah,
for a
cause this
commercial joint, they're not too bad.
yeah, cause this place is a restaurant. Like it's not a franchise. It's a legit restaurant and shit. But Jared Anderson pulled out of the Solomon Dakers fight. Mm-mm-mm.
Why?
Mm.
What?
He's
What
injured,
this time?
bicep injury.
Oh,
I'll tell
come
you.
on.
I'll tell you what, country. I'll tell you what. I don't think he's faking the injury. I had him beating Solomon Dakers. Solomon Dakers is trash. Like that dude sucks. So I don't
Right.
think I don't think he faked the injury. Um, but when the shit happened, the first thing I thought was, yo, this fucking dude is useless, bro. He's
Yeah.
useless.
It
And
sounds
it,
like that little rascal episode where he says he's got a headache in his stomach. You know, I mean,
it's it's like they're trying, because they're trying to revive his career. They are. They're giving him another chance, which they don't necessarily need to give him, but they're giving him another chance. And they put you in there with a ham and egg of fucking ham and eggs, bro. That dude is ham and eggs on toast. Fucking Solomon Dakers, bro. That dude is made to order. Like, fam, if you can't beat him, just go apply for UPS, bro. Straight up. If you can't be, and I had
go talk
Jared
to
beating
Danny
him.
Garcia. He'll get you a job.
Right? Yeah, Danny's hiring at the Amazon warehouse. Danny's hiring, bro. And the first thing I thought, the first word, literally the first word that popped in my mind was, "Yo, useless, bro. American fighters are useless." I know Dalton Smith just got an injury too, but I'm like, yeah, I was looking forward to seeing Jared come back. I was looking forward to that, and I think Jared is with who's training him now? I forgot who he with now, but I was excited to see, like, come on, Jared, let's see if you could get it together and let them build you up for a Moses Atama fight. Now I'm like, yo, y'all might have to throw that dude away, straight up. Like, yeah, y'all might have to throw that dude away, cause it was a year. It's been a year since he fought that fucking roofer, bro. It's been a
I know,
minute.
right?
So he fought that dude, that roofer, off because he got, for those that don't know, he had a fight after Bacoli, but it was against literally a roofer, a part-time boxer who does roofs. And
Yep.
he didn't even look good in that fight.
And had him in a
No,
corner and shit, whining on his face and shit.
Breathe. He was
Terrible.
sucking wind fighting that fucking roofer, bro. He was gonna spackle his fucking roof, bro. Straight
you know
up.
what? I honestly think it's a waste of time with him because the mental ain't there.
That and the end game, you could see what the end game was. The end game was to fatten him up in front of Brits because Frank was going to be promoting him. The end game was to, put him in there with a couple of British guys, Solomon Dakers, then maybe David Adilier, en route to Moses Atama. When the end game is getting his ass beat, it's like, yeah, dog, like, what we doing, bro? And I know it's an injury, but still, dog, like, you just not reliable. I used to say the same thing about Julio Martinez when Matchroom had him, that y'all gotta get rid of that motherfucker, bro. That dude is just not reliable. Something always wrong with him, bro. Something always wrong with him. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
He better not go nowhere near Ichama, man. Not
Yeah, but
even in the
that's what.
same building.
Yeah, but that's
Does
what
Frank
that was for. That's what that was for. Go ahead, Herb.
does Frank has enough cans over there for him
Yeah,
to
he
work
do.
with?
He like I'll put it this way. I'll put it this way. If you took Frank got three guys that I would pick Jared Anderson to beat. He got three guys. He got Solomon Dakers, Jared Anderson to beat him. He's got David Adilier. David hits hard, and it could be a fight. But I would pick Jared Anderson to beat him on points. I would pick Jared to beat him. And he has Tony Yoka. Yo, Tony Yoka is the Glass Joe of Glass Joe. I never seen a worse gold medalist than Tony Yoka. Straight up. I don't know who you fucked to get that gold medal, but you must have did a real good job, because you suck, bro, on some real shit. I would pick Jared Anderson to beat them three guys, and all three of them are sent to Queensbury. All three of them. So he got
He's not your,
cans.
he's not your typical top ranked fighter now. He's cut a little different from the rest of the bunch and shit. So I don't know.
Well, the shit is that even a top ranked castaway, even a top ranked guy, like, here's an example. Mean Machine used to be a top ranked fighter, right? And he loses to Crawford, and they cut him loose after that. They let him go. When he goes to the PBC, he beat the dog shit out of Jamal James. Even being a castaway, even being a have-not, he goes over there, and Jamal James was not a little welterweight. That was a big welterweight, like tall, like Paul Williams. And Mean Machine fucked him up. So it's like that shit that we say, they're like, top ranked fighters is cut different. That shit, it still applies to Jared Anderson. That, yeah, Jared looked like shit with Bacoli, but everybody ain't gonna do that, I don't think Solomon Dakers was on the verge. Like, I don't think that. I think, yeah, Jared was gonna beat that dude. Ignacio, what it do? Ignacio just gonna sit there quietly and eat his applesauce. He not gonna say nothing.
With no pork chops.
Sit there with no pork chops. He's eating applesauce with applesauce, drinking apple juice. He not gonna say nothing. And yeah, man, big fucking weekend, man. I'm fucking hype. But yeah, Jared is injured. Dalton Smith is injured. Fucking bullshit, man. I was looking forward to them fights, man. Fuck.
First of
American
all,
fighters.
country has
American
some
fighters.
nerve talking shit about Chili's because Chili's
Oh,
has some of the best skillet queso out there. They have
Mm.
really good fucking
Oh,
mozzarella
get off
sticks,
your high horse,
yeah,
man.
and
yeah, yeah.
they
I would
also
never.
have some
I would
really good
never.
Cajun pasta. Country's just a Chili's hater.
Listen,
You
I
gotta
would
stop
never.
hating, country.
Oh, here
I
we
would
go.
never go
Go
to.
Here
ahead,
we
Herb.
go.
Go ahead, Herb. Go ahead,
I would
Herb.
never go to. I would never go to Chili's because of two tone. Never. Okay. I never been there before neither. But I would never go just on the strength of him with that chili shit. Nope.
Yo,
And
I'm not
and
a hater, Herb. I'm not a hater. I'm just an old man, and I've realized that. And I do go to Chili's, by the way. But that chili killer, yo, that shit, yo, I get a cortisol
no,
spike whenever I hear that shit, bro. I get a
the
cortisol.
head thing is on that.
I just, you know
Oh
what the
man.
shit is? I just don't. I'm at that age where I don't like dumb fucking shit. He said some shit yesterday. If Shakur Stevenson beats Raymond Murataya, he's pound for pound number one. I'm like, yo, what is this dumb shit, yo? What is this dumb shit? What are you talking
Yeah,
about, fam?
I be ripping them up on IG. I be like, why you think people call you a casual now? That shit, you just the way you think. You've been covering boxing for all these years, but you still got the casual mindset. Everybody still
But
calls
you
you
know,
casual.
Herb, you know what the shit is? I'm not. I on one end, he could be a casual on one end, or it could be that he's playing the game because that's what showbiz is doing. We talked about that showbiz will do a video and talk about some shit, not because he's really analyzing anything, but he's trying to move the needle. And he does move the needle, so you got to give him that. They're like, look, showbiz does great metrics, and Two Tone actually did some fantastic metrics with Alicia and Clarissa. He did some great metrics the other day. So maybe that's just him playing the game, but it's just I'm old. You know, like I'm old. If you're not gonna talk to me straight, then don't talk to me for real. Like I'm old, fam. How you telling
Jules,
me that? How you gonna tell me that Shakur beating Raymond Murataya would make him number one? How?
Jules, that's what these fucking kids call rage bait. That's what those motherfuckers do.
He says he want to debate with Southpaw. I say that's right up your alley. Y'all have
You know
fun.
what? Yeah, but if he did debate Southpaw once again, Southpaw is another one. But I believe that Southpaw, like a lot, I believe Southpaw is probably the king of rage bait in the boxing space, because that's how he came up as saying crazy shit, off the wall
Yeah.
shit that he'll kick Kobe daughter in the face, or like he said a lot of shit. I'm like, yo, listen, I thought I was a fucked up person. You know what? I am a fucked up person, and I would do fucked up shit, but I wouldn't say fucked up shit. Like I would do some fucked up shit, but I wouldn't say no fucked up shit. He says some fucked up shit. Shout out to my man King Lopez. Me
Oh,
and
yeah.
my friend, me and my friend are hardcore fans. We make great money and are financially well off, and we are not buying David's fight. My friend said, hell no. 75 pesos. Maning, I'm gonna be real. If it wasn't for my homies, because I got some good homies that I'm not stealing the fight. Like I said, I'm not stealing the fight. If I had to steal the fight to watch it, I would just buy it. So I'm not stealing the fight on Saturday. But I got the for real, the for real. So I'm not buying that shit, bro. Te lo estoy diciendo because I don't have to. Because I don't have to. Shout out to motherfucking King Lopez. Showbiz also said Boots is number. Yeah, yo no puedo con ese tipo, manín. Y ese lío con el boxeo. Well, that's the problem with how boxing is covered in America more than in the UK. You don't see all these clowns in the UK doing all this goofy shit. You notice that you don't see that. Like their analyst, one of the best analysts they had is Ade Oladipo. I used to watch him on the Green Chair because he started off on YouTube, and it wasn't clown shit. Like it was boxing talk for adults. Like yeah, like why we always got to sit here and play around in America? All the content creators in America, all them motherfuckers do is play around. Like yeah, y'all not serious. You doing that shit for your metrics. You doing that shit because you monetized on Twitter. You doing that shit for the rage bait. It's like, yeah, it's really all clown shit. And these are the, like if you really look at the bigger channels in the United States, which unfortunately, I'm not one of them. The biggest channels in the United States, most of that shit, save a few, is a lot of clown shit. Like, yeah, what? Boxing Ego, Fanny Fanon, Southpaw. It's like, well, what is this shit? Shout out to my man Clavo. Here's a little something for the Chinese Beer Fund of Zimbabwe. I appreciate you, yo. You ain't had to do that, but you did that. And I appreciate that. See, if you look at the way the sport is covered in America by the content creators, it's really just, even I look at the Australian content creators because they have content creators covering boxing, and you don't see that clown shit anywhere else. You literally don't. You don't see it in Australia. You definitely don't see it in Japan, and you don't see it in the UK. Only here do you have these like sitcom characters. Whatever happened to the irritability? The milkman, the paperboy, reading them TV. It's like, what is this? Family Matters, bro? What you, Eddie Winslow? And who's he? Laura?
Everywhere you go, everywhere you go.
Is a look. That's somebody who needs you. Yo,
Nah, Jules, you know who those two guys are? They're Waldo, Faldo, Geraldo, and Weasel.
He said, yo, Waldo, Faldo. Yo, I remember Waldo.
No.
Yo,
There's one that's almost empty. I just got a new one. Yeah.
Fucking Waldo didn't have a chin, man. That dude was built like a fucking sleeve. He didn't have a chin. Fucking Waldo, bro.
And you remember his sister, Quesadilla?
Yo, fuck. Yo, Don getting yelled at. Everybody chill. Don getting yelled at. I want to listen.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
He's getting yelled
are you yelling at me, baby?
But King Lopez, if push came to shove, you know that I would buy the fight. If push came to shove, and that was the only way I could watch it without any assistance, I would purchase the fight. I think for what it's worth, it's a good card. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's a good card. Oscar Duarte versus Angel Fierro, straight off the bat, that's an action fight. If you know anything about those two fighters, they're gonna throw. Munguia Resendiz, yeah, that has all the potential to be an action fight too.
Unless Munguia gets on the back foot.
Yes, you're right, because I was about to say that I don't think that's how that fight is gonna go. I think Munguia is gonna box because he's with Eddie now, right? He's gonna do more Eddie Reynoso shit. But still a good fight. Munguia versus Resendiz is a good fight. And of course, look, I don't like David. Wait. I don't like David Benavidez. I don't like him. But I'd be lying. But I would be lying if I said Benavidez versus Zordo isn't a good fight. Like, that's a pretty good fight.
It's going to be entertaining.
It's a good fight.
Yeah.
Because he only knows how to fight one way. David only knows how to fight one way. So at minimum, one of these guys is going to be going at the other because David only knows one way to fight. So I think it's a good card. But it is what I said, that I wondered, Don, and you guys, Ignacio, Don, y'all know this better than I do. I wondered, because it's Cinco de Mayo, and because Chicano fans, Mexican-American fans, normally watch a boxing match.
Nobody's talking about it.
Nobody?
Nobody's talking about it.
Wow.
I haven't heard anybody. One guy.
Yeah, Jules, none of my friends have brought it up.
No, the one guy I know from the gym always has parties at his house. Like, oh, we're gonna have a fight at my house. Nothing. You know what he's gonna be doing this weekend? He's gonna be at Les Miserables, the play. That's where he's going. I'm not fucking around. I just saw him today. I asked him,
that's wild.
And he says, you know what? I might do the Inaway, but I don't know. But I'm going to be in San Jose.
Yeah, Jules, I was going to say, I got my friends talking about the two Japanese dudes more than the two Mexicans.
Exactly. Everyone's more excited about Inaway.
No, Joey, shout out to Nestor, my Dominican brother. I got big respect for this guy. He's one of the originators. I got nothing but love for the guy. I don't agree with a lot of his boxing takes. Earlier today, he tried to downplay the Joshua Fury, saying that the Joshua versus Wilder fight is bigger. And I'm like, bro, you got to stop lying about shit like that. Like, I really felt like calling in, like, why you keep doing this, bro? Why the fuck
Bro.
you keep doing this shit, bro?
He's the original fucking rage baiter. Why are you listening to that motherfucker?
He's
You
once
just want to
again,
get
I'm
pissed
getting.
off, don't you? You just want to
I'm
piss
getting
yourself off.
I got a cortisol spike because of that shit, bro. Like I got a cortisol. I'm fucking mad. Like, why do we
Joe's
keep
just allowing
having to
himself
play
get
this
sucked
game?
in, man.
We gotta keep playing this game with fucking Wilder year after year. Y si yo le pregunto a esta gente, mira, tú compraste la pelea con Wilder and Chisora? No. Did you buy Wilder's fight before that in Wichita, Kansas? No. Then
Ni madres.
then what the fuck, bro?
Bro, like, listen, if boxing pundits like Max Kellerman keep doubling, tripling down on stupid ideas, like taking the Usyk and Benavidez fight seriously and giving them favorable odds, where are we at? What are we doing here?
Yo, you didn't
Like,
see
what the
what he
fuck
did
are we
to
doing
Jai.
here?
Even Jai had to like get him to chill with the glazing. You don't remember the night he became the Zufa, the inaugural Zmufa cruiserweight champion? Max said, "Yo, you undisputed. You are." Like, what? And no, I'm not undisputed. Not yet. I gotta get the other belts. No, I gotta get him. You know, I'm Jai Opataya. I'm from Queensland. It's like, Max, I know they paying you, but how much are they paying you, dog? Like, goddamn, how much?
I don't watch that show. I hate that fucking show. But I
That
saw a
shit
highlight
horrid.
and I go, wait a minute, I gotta watch this. I've got to watch the show. And then I just couldn't get through it. It was just so idiotic.
I don't watch it, but I do catch the clips so that I could disassemble the stupid shit they say, because
it
they
is
say a
casual
lot of
bait.
stupid shit.
It's for
Man,
casual.
Chris and Paulie just as bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nah. I wouldn't say that.
No,
I
no,
wouldn't
come
say
on.
that. I wouldn't say that. I would. Chris and Paulie. What I don't like. There's two things I don't like about Paulie. One, Paulie has a lot of provocative takes, and I actually appreciate that. No, he has a lot of provocative takes, and he's honest. That doesn't mean he's fair, but he is honest. What I don't like about Paulie is Chris will be trying to say something, and Paulie will start yelling. Like, Paulie will literally start yelling. Like, Paulie, why you yelling? Like, you don't hear Chris trying to say something?
That show,
Why you
I haven't seen it in a while, but it changed a lot. Like, there's no more Roy Jones Jr. on it. There's no more what's his name? God, the guy that knocked out
Roy
Jones Jr.
That's because
I'm not
Tarver went to work.
Tarver
went to work for Zufa. You didn't see? He's at Zmufa. He getting that Zmufa. Getting that Zmufa.
Nice.
Yeah, he's at Zmufa, bro. I ain't mad at it. Shout out to King Lopez Jules. Even my dad said I'm not paying 75 for David. He's a hardcore also. Watch lots of fights together. And shout out to Country's Cats. Yo.
Sure.
Thank you, man.
Shout out to Country's Cats.
But see, Don,
The
because Don
Country
only pops in and out periodically, but I've been talking a lot about this, Don, that for like at least the last three. I mean, like, no, I've been talking about this way longer than that. That the problem is, while that is a good fight, it is. I honestly think it's a good fight to watch. I think it's a good fight. I'm even gonna put David on my pound for pound if he wins. I'm like, no, it's a good fight. The problem is, just because it's a good fight doesn't mean it should cost $75, bro. Nah. And y'all want every good fight to cost $75, it seems like damn, Wardley and Dubois, 75. Benavidez, Zordo, 75. Like what? This is never going to work. I'm just telling you, this is not going to work. You can't make people buy this shit.
They're forcing
Damn, Fabio and Wardley 75.
No, that shit's 60, matter of fact, but still, fam. Look, wait.
Still, like,
okay, what do you think?
That's what I was going to say.
Numbers do you think this is going to
If we were British, I would say okay. But fam, we came up in an era where we Americans were getting to watch British fights in the afternoon, nothing extra. That's how it's supposed to be. Like, yeah, we ain't British. It's not prime time over here. It's fucking 4 o'clock. The fuck?
Yeah.
Now, what I think this what I think this fight gonna pull down,
60,
125, bro.
125.
Yo, I
I'm
mean,
thinking 60 to 80 at the most. 80.
nah, because those is Demetrius Andre numbers, bro. Those is Caleb Plant numbers. 55 and 60. Yo, those Caleb Plant numbers, bro. With another Mexican fighter, I could see 125. I could. That's not a lot, Don. Like,
Get ready
for
to
do-
be surprised.
They should touch 100 for sure.
I mean,
I
like,
don't
if
know, man.
if David can't touch 100, he needs to consider being a shift supervisor at Foot Locker. Straight up, yeah. Like, it's the fuck, bro. What you on pay-per-view for? What are you doing here, bro? You know, they and there's this potato face kid. His name is Javi. Country knows who I'm talking about. He's trying to say
Yeah.
David is the new face of boxing. Brody, I'm not even hating on
Nah.
David. I'm not even hating on David. There's no buzz for that fight. Whenever they interview David, they want to talk about every other motherfucking thing but the fight. They want to talk about Canelo. They want to talk about Bivol. They even want to talk about Jao Pataya. They don't got nothing to say about Zordo. Like you don't got no questions about Zordo? Nah, you gonna fight him, right? Yeah. All right then. You gonna fight him.
Yeah,
Shit.
every clip I see of David, he wants to fight Bivol. He wants to fight Usyk. He wants to fight Beterbiev. He wants to fight Canelo still. Never talks about his opponent.
I'm gonna say that they really thought, because I know that they planned this a long time ago. I peeped it a long time ago. I'm talking about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I peeped it. They really thought that if they did this fight, that it's gonna be some shit. Like, nah, look, Canelo done left y'all alone. He not even fighting that day. He not even doing nothing that day, bro. That dude he probably gonna go swimming that day. Y'all don't got him to worry about. Y'all got the whole weekend to yourself. And all y'all want to talk about is fucking Canelo. It's fucking Canelo. You don't understand? You don't really know. And you don't want to fight me, right? That's the whole fucking podcast is that shit. It's like, yo, B, you can't help that dude. And I said it, Don. Unfortunately for him, the moment to create a legacy has passed. And it would take something bigger than I think you can put out to have a legacy.
Done. It's over
done.
because he's about to be 30 and he hasn't fought. He hasn't taken a belt from any champion at all. Nobody.
No, he did beat Anthony Durrell.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I mean,
What a plus.
okay,
Don't forget he beat Ronald Gavril.
Country, when he beat Anthony Durrell, Country couldn't sleep for 3 days, bro. How excited he was, bro. He couldn't sleep for 3 days, bro.
All right, man. Now
You know
you're just telling tall tales and shit, man. What the fuck?
You know what I'm saying? But the moment,
Joe,
usually
Country was like, I can't believe it. He won a title. I still can't believe it.
I'm trying to tell you, he looked like James
That's what
Woods.
Country was doing.
You
They
don't remember
care about
James
the
Woods?
fighters.
You don't remember James Woods and Cat's Eye, bro? That was Country
Oh,
after that
hell
fight,
yeah.
bro.
Oh, yeah.
Every step you take.
You're wild as fuck, man.
Listen, bro. Usually guys have their legacy sorted by 28. Usually they have their legacy. That's why I don't really know what Boots is gonna be, because usually by that age, you have you can see like, yeah, this guy. You don't usually have a lot of questions by the time that kind of fighter is at that age.
Xander Zayas is on his way.
You think he's gonna win?
I think he's gonna win. I think he beats. I think Xander beats Boots, Ortiz, and back rub. I think he beats most of those guys. Yeah.
I'll say I love the fight. I'll say that I love the fight. I'll say what I said earlier today in the relay that I uploaded. What's working for Xander is that he can lose and be okay. He can lose that fight and be okay because he's 23. No. Just.
Oh, no, I know what you're saying. The this loss isn't going to affect him that much. Yeah.
But because Boots is 28 and Boots is the guy that has been dubbed, the next one. the next Roy. I've seen people. I don't understand why people are comparing him to Roy, but whatever.
Yeah, the next
Like
Roy is crazy.
I see Roy whole career, bro. Like, where is this Roy shit coming from?
Prime
Like,
Roy didn't get hit as much as fucking Boots gets hit.
but
I mean, Roy later on got beat the fuck up. But...
Yeah, after he lost all that muscle, right? Yeah, you could throw a paper plane. You could throw a paper plane in an empty parking lot and hit Roy Jones, bro. That's how he like you couldn't miss him after a while.
Yeah,
but when Roy was on his shit, like, bro, you wasn't gonna do nothing, Roy. You wasn't gonna do
ghost.
shit.
He was a fucking ghost. Yeah,
but. And I literally don't know. But I see it that it's prevalent with Boots that they liken him to Roy, and I'm like, see, that's a big part of the reason that you can't afford to lose this fight because you're the one that they put on the pedestal, and you're the one that they're saying is the next one. So your fall from grace would be a lot more steep than his because, yeah, he has potential, but they're not saying, yeah, he's the next Felix Trinidad. You know, he's the next Wilfredo Benitez. Like, nah, they didn't put Xander. Yeah, they respect Xander, but they didn't put him on a pedestal. Like, yeah, yo, he about to fuck the whole game up. Like, nah, they ain't saying all that. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. I think Xander has the style for the job, but there's so many intangibles, you know, like. The was kind of fucking with me, Don. I don't know if you was here when I said this. Xander's a top rank guy through and through. He is a top rank fighter. He's never been anywhere else. Whereas Boots, you're arguably a PBC guy. Arguably. Arguably. Yo, I mean,
he
was at
most of his career there. I mean, all of his 60 fights were at PBC, right?
He's 60 fights.
That he got Cameron Duncan took him to Showtime in 2019, and he was there ever since. And it's like, okay, so your developmental process and the matchmaking that went into your career was primarily from PBC because those are the shows that you were fighting on was their shows. And you know what usually happens when a top rank fighter fights PBC fighter? What usually happens? I like, yo, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. What usually happens? What Oshaki Foster did to Stephen Fulton? What he
Belt
do?
to ass.
Right?
Belt
Like,
to ass. That's what usually happens, Jules.
Usually happens, bro. And I'm like, yo, it'll be crazy if Xander go in there. Yo, that what's about to happen? Yo, I don't know. Yo, I don't know. I don't know. And yo, low key, this weekend's fight is kind of like that too. Zordo didn't make his bones at Golden Boy. He ended up at Golden Boy, but he didn't make his bones at Golden Boy. He was developed under Top Rank.
Top Rank.
So, yeah, I mean,
to me, Boots is Terry Norris light. I've been saying that, and I'm going to keep saying it. I just don't think he's going to be any better than a guy like that.
I think that there are people. The weird thing with Boots is, even though I have so many questions, there are people that, you know, at 54 that I would confident that he could beat. I think he beats Virgil. Yeah, he's got the style for that job. I think Josh Kelly would make him look bad, but then get knocked out. Is what I think. Like, yeah, Josh gonna come out shaking and shimmying and showing him his nipples.
You're saying that out of the guys at 154 that Boots is the best chance, or Boots is gonna win out of all those guys?
Do you think that would you pick Boots to beat Fundora, Don?
Hell yeah.
I don't know. That's a tough one because he gets. I mean, the guy gets hit a lot. I don't know, man.
I'll say this: Boots has what I would look at as okay. This matters. Granted that Sebastian doesn't need to be close to him to hit him. He doesn't. Boots does
No.
change levels. He does angle off.
Yeah, when he
Change
angles
levels.
off, he gets clipped too.
Yes, he does.
Yeah,
That's
but
what
he's
I'm
gonna get hit a
saying.
lot, man.
Yeah, and whenever he's trying to do these fancy moves and he's just getting like doing the stellar cat thing, and he just gets fucking clipped, and I'm just like, dude, come on, just focus, get
I don't
get
know,
more with
man.
your fundamentals. Stop doing this shit.
I
So
don't know
you
if I'm
don't
doing
think he would
it.
wait? So you let me go around the panel. Don, you don't think he beats Fundora?
I think it's 50-50.
Okay, 50-50. I'll
I think
take
it's
that.
50-50, yeah.
Country, do you think Boots would beat Sebastian Fundora?
I think he'd have a problem with Fundora, to be honest. I'd have to give Fundora the edge.
You'd pick Fundora to win that fight conclusively.
I don't know about conclusively, but I'd have to give him the edge because the height and he's using his reach better. Now, I guess the question is, can Boots really get inside and nail him on the inside? So,
Herb.
But go ahead.
Let me go to Herb. You would pick Boots to beat Fundora.
I would, but it gotta be under. I mean, like I believe he can get under a lot of that shit. He got enough to beat him, but I don't know if he can, if he will. He has a to beat him. I can see that, but I don't know if he would do just that. So I mean, like it's 50-50, Jules.
Ignacio. Boots Fundora. Fucking Ignacio. Went to the
He's over at Chili's, man.
He's at Chili's. Trey.
I'm actually having homemade mullahs, Jules.
Boots Fundora, bro.
Boot.
I'm gonna be the okay. I'm gonna be the decisive one here. I think he beats Fundora. Yeah.
I do too.
Boots has more wingspan. Than Tim Tszyu. Certainly more than fucking Keith Thurman. Okay. And what helps him, if you look at it, I'm not saying he's not gonna get hit, Don. He do be getting hit. But he does change levels. He does change levels. He does angle off. Do I think he has enough power to hurt Sebastian? Brody, Brian Mendoza had enough power to hurt Sebastian.
I know, I understand that. But since that loss, Fundora's been doing a lot better. And I haven't really, it's not that I'm with Fundora. I don't really buy Fundora. It's just that I haven't seen anything really that amazing from Boots because he hasn't fought anybody that good. That's it. That's why I'm not convinced. Listen, I'm not saying he's a bad fighter, but like he hasn't. Neither guy has really fought anybody. Like I mean, I don't know.
No, you know. I mean, I'm with you. Look, Fundora, even though he's looking better, you beat Tim on short notice and gave him PTSD. That's what you did. He was completely unprepared for that fight, and he's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. Right? You was getting ready for a 5'7" orthodox fighter in his mid-30s. How the fuck you let them give you a 6'5" southpaw in his 20s, bro?
Yeah.
Are you retarded, bro? You
must. It's not that I'm not with Boots. I'm not with Boots, and I'm not with Fundora either. Like I don't really care about either guy. Like it does. I don't have I don't have a horse in this race. I'm not a big Boots fan. I'm not a big Fundora fan. I don't buy Fundora. I really don't. But I just haven't seen anything from Boots that leads me to believe that he could win a top tier guy yet because he gets hit by C-level guys. That's it. That's just it right there.
You can't, what level y'all think Fundora on? I think Fundora is a B at most.
I would say Fundora is between a solid B and a B minus. He's not a B plus.
No, he's not a B plus.
He's a B to a B minus. He does what with him it's very fucking obvious what makes him a threat. That bro, the guy's the fucking size of a light pole, bro, with a jab. Like he doesn't need to be spectacular when he's 6'5".
Yeah,
you see? But there's guys out there. There's guys out there. I think Abbas Peru would give him problems. People don't talk about that fight, probably because it'll never happen. But Abbas Baru would give him problems. While Abbas Baru is going to make himself a very small target. He's going to bend his knees, bend his waist, come in a mid guard or a high guard, and what he's going to get in. Like, yeah, he's getting in. He's getting in.
I've never
Virgil,
seen.
get her.
I never seen Fundora face a fighter like that before. Throughout the whole
There's
career.
Bro.
There's a reason.
Yeah,
right?
I haven't seen Fundora
now,
face
NBC
fighter.
Herb. There's a reason for that, bro. There's a reason for that. You're right. You haven't seen that, and you're not gonna see that. Why you think they yo? Why you think they lukewarm on the Virgil fight? They got a lot of shit to say about a lot of people. They don't got a lot of shit to say about Virgil. See, Sebastian is an idiot. He just gonna say what they say, what they tell him to say. But Samson knows Virgil is all wrong for him. Virgil will mess him up. Oh yeah, he'll mess him up. Any pressure fighter gets inside on Sebastian, it's a wrap. Any pressure fighter, they get inside on him, yeah, it's a wrap.
You think he can fight in close quarters too?
He tries to.
Yeah.
The thing is that was his bag against bums. You see, that was his bag a couple of years ago, fighting on the inside. That was his bag. He didn't used to do all this shit, jabbing and he gonna jab. Like, he didn't used to do all that shit. He used to just fall in and throw hooks. That's what he used to do. You don't do that dumb shit no more after Mendoza. Fucking find out, like, yeah, maybe you don't need to be doing that shit, bro. You 6'5". Maybe you don't need to be doing that shit. Shout out to motherfucking Pork Chop. Boots stopping Fundora. This ain't difficult. If you say so, Pork Chop. The panel says otherwise. If you say so. Shout out to my man Alex. Boots is a tune-up king, but Fundora is settling for less than the greatness that he could be achieving. That's because ese tipo no tiene una personalidad.
BBC.
You know, Fundora is not a, you know, like if he was 22 acting like that, lacking gumption, I would forgive that. Because yes, some guys are like that at 21, 22. They're not men yet. But Fundora, you 27, 28, why you still acting like you sleep with in a Hot Wheels bed? You know, he taught like I wouldn't be surprised if you go to the Fundora house and he's sleeping in a Hot Wheels bed with Hot Wheels sheets. Got a G.I. Joe toothbrush. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because he's too timid.
Yeah,
he talk like he's too timid.
He had to ask his dad, can he grow that mustache?
Oh, that's crazy.
Right? The dude is too timid, bro. He fun to watch too. Is the other thing. Shout out to King Lopez. Xander would have styled on back rub. I agree with that. If Josh Kelly could do that, Xander would have did better. If Josh Kelly could do that, I agree with that. Joshua Kunju said boxers get hit. Shocking. Shouldn't the question be how well said boxer can take the hit? What's y'all retort? For those that say Boots get hit a lot, what's y'all retort? Don, that's for you. Let's not beat around the bush. That's for you. Lennox said Fundora is being hidden from punchers. Absolutely. And you know, I don't really know what he's gonna do because Charlo Jermel said that they talking about doing Fundora Charlo, right? What y'all think about that? Jermel Charlo, Sebastian Fundora. Y'all already know what the circumstances are. That's
right
what
now,
we're talking about. We're not
Charlo
talking about
still
Charlo
fighting.
from. We're not talking about Charlo from 2019, y'all. We talking about Charlo today. Charlo Fundora.
Even if it was a
What's
Charlo that fought Canelo, he would lay down. Like I don't think he's got
I
it in
got
him.
Fundora beating him.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
Fundora beats that guy.
Oh wow, damn! Y'all just don't give a fuck about Mel. That's crazy. I'm gonna say that I think it's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna say that. Mel is obviously not eye level to Sebastian. Nobody is. Not it that way. Nobody is. But he's tall enough and long enough that he can counter your jab with his own. He can. The ring rust is a problem. The age is a problem. The weight cut is a problem. Mel never been knocked out, fellas. He never been knocked out. He never been knocked down. Who did somebody knock out Mel? Knock down Mel. If they did, I didn't see it. I never seen Jermel Charlo knock. No, wait, what am I? Yo, I'm a dickhead. Canelo knocked him down. Canelo knocked, but hey, Sebastian ain't Canelo. Okay? Sebastian ain't Canelo. That's a good fight. Well, no, it's not. No, fuck, it's not. That dude ain't made that weight in 4 years. That's not a good fight. But that's what they're talking about, fellas. Jermel Charlo, Sebastian Fundora. That's what they talk about. And before that, what they was talking about was Josh Kelly, Sebastian Fundora. How y'all see that? Josh Kelly, Sebastian Fundora. What y'all scared? Is y'all scared?
I'll
Country
say
don't
Fundora
want.
in that one.
Country don't want to say nothing. He want to wait till 3 other panel members say something.
No, I'm just thinking. Couldn't you smell the smoke?
All right, I'll help y'all out.
What,
with this.
Fundora and Josh Kelly?
Fundora.
I don't-
Yeah,
I don't
Fundora,
think
Josh Kelly.
I don't know, man. I think Fundora would probably win that one.
I don't think Josh
That's what
Kelly
I was
can
gonna say.
handle the height and the reach, man. I don't.
No, that's what I was gonna say. That Josh Kelly is not gonna do what he needs to do in that fight because he's not that kind of fighter. He's an outboxer. Well, if you want to stay on the outside of a guy with that much height and that much length over you, you're a sitting duck. It's gonna be whack-a-mole for Sebastian Fundora. That's whack-a-mole. You can't fight him from the outside.
I got
You're too
Virgil
little.
beating Fundora.
I got Virgil beating him.
Virgil beating Fundora. Yeah.
I got Virgil winning that one.
He's a great inside fighter. I think he's got
Yeah.
good inside skills.
Inside's the ticket. Yeah. If Josh Kelly tried to get inside, not that he fights that way because he doesn't, but if he tried to fight that way, you're gonna gas out. You're not built for that kind of fight. You don't have the cardio for that kind of fight. You don't have the power for that kind of fight, and you don't have the durability for that kind of fight. So outside or inside, you lose this thing. But doesn't that also mean if you guys admit that Sebastian would beat Josh Kelly, doesn't that make Sebastian a good fighter? Don don't want to say shit. He won't wait for other people to say shit.
Good. I listen. I think he's good. He's not great or anything. I mean, I'm not fully convinced, but he is a good fighter. He made improvements from getting knocked down or knocked out to now. He's made some improvements and he's changed his game up. So he's listening to his coaches. He's analyzing film. He's making better moves. He's using his distance now. He's using his God-given gifts. And now he's able to fight on the outside as well as the inside. So that I would say, yeah, he's a good fighter.
Herb, if you would pick Sebastian to beat Josh Kelly, does that not make Sebastian a good fighter? That's true. Country did say that. That makes sense.
You said Herb. You didn't ask me shit. What are you talking
about? All right, man. Moving on from them. Don, if David Benavidez wins this weekend, do you put him on your pound for pound?
I mean, that's I guess maybe number 10 for finally beating a champion, maybe his age or in his age group. I don't know, moving up. Yeah, sure. Why not?
Trey, same. No.
Why
not?
Because I mean, he's right on the threshold of getting in there, but he needs to fight one of the upper echelon fighters instead of talking about it all the time.
Yeah, that's all he does. If he fought as much as he talked, he'd be like number 3 in the pound for pound right now.
He says all the right things, Don.
He says all the right things.
He says all the right fucking.
I think he's going to eat it.
No. He's going to take you out. He's going to eat it. He's going to lick your ass. He says all the right fucking things.
He says everything.
This guy. He says all the right shit.
It's incredible how much the guy talks and how little Bivol says but does, and how little Usyk says but does, how little Inoue says but does.
Bivol don't talk. He blink, and that's how he communicates.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
this
how you
David
talk
guy,
to
I'm just tired of
motherfuckers.
listening to him. I mean, I don't mind his fights, but I'm just tired of listening to his mouth. It's all he does, man. All he does is talk shit and talks
But
about
that's
who it's clout chase. That's all it is.
but that is how he has endeared himself to so many people, believe it or not, was just saying all the right things. Beating up on
Yeah,
guys that everybody knew he was going to beat. Everybody knew he was going to beat Caleb. Everybody knew he was going to beat Demetrius. They knew he was going to beat Morrell. All these these are not that far off from developmental fights almost. Like, yeah, these are kind of like developmental fights you fighting in, bro. Fucking
Yeah.
Caleb Plant. Who the fuck had Caleb winning that fight? I would like to know. Who? Caleb didn't even think he was going to win that fight. Fuck had him winning that fight.
Hey, Jules,
God.
David, he probably get another. He got one toe in already on my list. If he, it depends on how if he beats Zordo and depending on how he does it, he'll get another toe in. You know, he don't have a foot in yet though. But, you know, we just see
My
how this
rules,
goes.
my rules dictate that I have to put him in because I rank Zordo. I got Zordo at I think number 8, number 8 or number 9. He's on there, and my rules dictate if you beat a pound for pound
You
fighter.
got Zerto on your pound for pound list?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yo,
that
he
makes
beat.
sense.
Wait. I'll tell you my rationale, Don. He beat 3 world champions and took their belts across 2 divisions. He's not in the top tier by any stretch, but yeah, he beat Arthur Abraham for the BO at 68. He beat unbeaten Arsene Goulamarian for the BA at cruiser, and he beat Chris Billum Smith, and he beat them all. He beat them all decisively. It wasn't like them shits wasn't close.
They're all good
guys.
They're all good unanimous decisions, and there was no way that you could say it was close. So yeah, maybe I put him 10.
Lennox, I ain't hear from you in a minute. Where the fuck you been at, bro?
What's going on, bro?
I see what's going on with Ola with Femi. You know, I see what's going on. You know,
no, we can't speak on that yet, right here. I was just want to chime in on this. All the love Sebastian Fundora is getting all of a sudden.
No, listen. Did you wait? Did you not hear what the panel said, yo? They don't fuck with Sebastian. Nobody said nothing nice, bro. And they said his haircut crazy. Like nobody fuck with Sebastian up here.
I mean, I would have the way the men were chatting about him beating everyone. I thought it was a second coming of. I thought he was like the Latin Tommy Hearns.
Oh, see, you know what?
No,
I know. No. You know what happened?
No.
You know what happened?
I
know exactly why you jumped on, Lennox. Because nobody said he beat everybody. You jumped on because I said he beats Josh Kelly.
You got him.
Jules, I know it's been a while, but we don't need to revisit the record between me and you, do we?
Yo, listen. What are you talking about? What record?
Oh shit!
Yo, listen, bro. It's not complicated. Josh is gonna try to do to him what he did to Bakram. That's just how Josh fight. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But
yeah, I mean, listen, valid points.
Wait. The Bakram you fought had literally not fought in over a year, bro. Literally, right? Grant, he's a fucking robot anyway. Like that dude is a fucking robot, bro. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2, and that's it, bro. That dude don't know what a left hook is. He don't know what up. He don't know. You know, this is 1, 2, and 1, 2 all day. Remember, the only reason he threw so many left hooks in the Zoo fight, did y'all remember why? Because his right hand was broken. That dude is a fucking robot, bro, right? But I'm telling you, Josh Kelly don't beat Sebastian. Nah.
I don't. Well, maybe no. I don't think so. The thing about it is, I don't.
Josh Kelly. Fuck.
I don't rate Sebastian like that at all, because I was there when Brian, and remember Brian is
Brian fucked his shit up, man.
Yo, listen.
The thing about that.
Who was in Brian's corner that night, Jules? Who was his trainer?
Manny Robles, wasn't it? Wasn't that Manny?
So exit Manny. So
No.
Yes,
It was
yes, Lennox.
that was not Manny Robles.
You sure?
It was Ishmael Salas.
El pro, yeah. El professor, yeah.
It was, how you make
But here's the thing. I don't like them guys, and I want to get your thoughts on Boots. I haven't heard from you in a while. I want to get your thoughts on Boots. But the thing with Sebastian is, my perspective on Sebastian, my overview, is he's not perfect. No, he's not perfect. But when you're 6'5", you don't need to be. You don't need to be perfect when you're fucking 6'5", bro, and you have a jab. If you're 6'5" with a jab, yeah, that's already a fucking problem, bro. It's a problem.
Yeah.
And Josh Kelly's a sugarfoot guy, so what the fuck's he gonna do?
And
Right?
Sebastian he's just really learning how to use his advantages. You can still catch him out there now.
So it's like learning how to use your. Learning how to use your heart on first?
I'm gonna put it in terms that Lennox can understand, because even though Lennox is a British import, he from Harlem like me and Herb. Sebastian is the ugly bitch with the bad body. You see, he's that. Like, he's the ugly bitch with the bad body. He's the bitch. She kind of got a mustache, but her titties is big and her ass is fat. It's like, yeah,
and the jab is equivalent to learning how to use her grip.
Yeah, like you suck, Sebastian. You do. But when you're 6'5", you can afford to suck. Like, yeah, like how many guys is really gonna get to him? Guy's a fucking light pole, bro. He don't need to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect.
I hopped on for Jules to cheer me up because I got sick of all the Wilder shit today. I couldn't. Fuck, boxing's annoying. AJ's ducking Wilder now, apparently.
Oh boy.
Listen. All right, listen. Yeah, let me. I've got a theory on American boxing. Yeah. I've been working it out. American boxing and a lot of people that people rate are based on them beating people that were never that good, but you rated. For instance, Tyson Fury's whole reputation is based on beating Wilder, who's always asked. Jules knows I was the one kid saying, I've told you lot, I saw him knock out people where I never saw the punch land or heard it. And I was ringside. So I never believed in his power. Jules, back me up here.
No,
going back to 20, I never believed in his power.
You talking about 2018? Like we've been over this for years. Like, straight up. Like I don't believe in his power.
So my scientific theory goes, so he gets beat by Fury, then all of a sudden everyone thinks Fury's is great. But no, he beat a guy who was never shit anyway. So your whole complex is just ruined because it's based on shit. You know what I mean? You're giving a guy credit.
Are you talking Fury? Are you talking Fury? Or are you talking Wilder now? Because look,
I'm talking both. I'm talking about how you build up, right? I'm talking about the concept.
But let me say this. You know, I don't like you. Yo, you fucking know that I don't like Fury. So you know.
I know. It's not about this
Fury's
is
not
theory.
trash. Fury's not trash. Fury's not trash. He's an asshole and he's a lot of shit. Wilder is trash. Like,
but here's what it is. Let's leave the specific names. I'm just using examples that you could actually understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about building up a guy's rep and thinking he's nice based on him beating 2 or 3 people that had a rep that was
Arthur's
anyway.
beating Arthur Spilkas of the world.
Yeah.
And
so
Eric Molina.
Everyone thinks, so here's the thing. Everyone thinks Wilder's this great guy. Fury beats him. Fury's not trash. He's decent, but he's not. Okay, let's put it this way. His reputation as a puncher comes from knocking out Wilder, which as we were just saying about Fundora, it tells me something when they're not matching you up with any punches. Wilder's whole career, how many top 10 guys, how many guys who could actually bang? He was in there with one.
Let me say this. With Wilder, it's a lot more simple, and I know this to be true throughout the whole of his career, which began in 2008. From 2008, and I would say to 2008 to 2016, no one gave a fuck about this guy. No, don't argue with me. I know what the conversations were in the barbershops. I was in the street corners. I was in the barbershops. I was all in the boxing shit. Nobody was talking about this man. Nobody. The one who made people talk about this man, it wasn't nobody that he beat or nobody that he fought. It was AJ. When the Americans saw this British guy over there, looks like an Adonis or some type of shit, looks like a fucking centerfold.
Getting all
They
the
looked
bitches.
over, yo, getting all the pussy, he's getting all the money, he's getting all the belts. Yo, we got something for this guy, and they seen a skinny ass dude that looked like two motherfucking cinnamon sticks. Yo, we got Wilder. Yo, it's fucking wild. And that's how that shit started, bro.
You're right, though, dude. You're right, because that was right around the time where AJ was hanging with Floyd and all the bitches ran to AJ, and the Americans didn't like that shit.
I'm
he's legit right. I remember now.
No. And Boots is another one, that's who I really want to focus on tonight is Boots. Boots is an anomaly in the sense that he arrived at Showtime circa 2019. That's when Cameron Duncan took him over there, by 2019. And I don't know what the fuck this guy was doing before that, because the dude already had like 20-something fight. Like the dude already had mad fight. Like, yo, how the fuck you been at welterweight this long and you got this many fights, right? Cameron Duncan took him to Showtime in 2019. And if you look at every fight he had from 2019 till now, Lennox, I don't see anything, bro. I'm not saying that to be funny. It's not for comedic effect. If you look at every fight that he had on the Showtime platform from 2019 till where we are now, Stanionis, that's it. And come on, it's Stanionis, bro. Like, Stanionis, like, also, you got like 40 fights. You got 40 fights. No, because she has a lot to say about Boots, too. Nez don't like Boots. What do you see? Lennox, what do you see?
He's a visually entertaining fighter. Again, I've seen two fights where I see that the eye test is there. If you want to say he hasn't fought anyone, I can see you could make that argument, but you know what it is. Let's see what the next two fights say. He's a visually entertaining fighter. He knows how to entertain.
No. Don't fucking cop out. That's a cop. He's got 40 fights. We've seen enough. Or you should have seen. Like, he's got 40 fights, homie. We've seen enough. What do you see, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I told you what I see. He's entertaining, right? He's entertaining. He's got all the earmarks of what people like to see. He's got he's entertaining. He does the showmanship thing. He's in the ring. He's an entertaining fighter to watch. Now, for the boxing, like rankings and who's this person that he fought, he's got what was that? What's the? Oh my god, the big.
No. I know what it is. I know you're shooting his next fight because he's doing the boxing thing. People in boxing do this thing where they'll say something that is very obvious and they'll say it like you didn't like, well, he boxes and he throws a punch and he throws and he's from Philly. It's like you're like, yeah. What do you think about this?
And he's friends with Andy Cruz, who I like.
I'm telling you that he's listen, yeah, he's good for the highlight reel and the clips. That's what it is. Whether
okay, Lennox, you British. Lennox, you British. So you know what you're telling me? I don't think much about this guy. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're without telling me.
That's a very diplomatic way of saying it.
Like,
but it's not diplomatic. I told you. Hang on. This is what I said. I said he's good for the clips. He's entertaining. We have to see him. For you to rate him, right, you got to see him. Just like we said with everyone else, you got to see him with this thing. He's got two fights coming up, right? If Xander's not having a fat camp, that's going to be a fight where we can actually take something away. If Ortiz ever, because I don't think Ortiz wants to fight him. Like, if Ortiz ever finds his pen, that will be two things we could see. I think if Xander,
Lennox,
tell you
what
my
are you
concern.
talking about? Ortiz found his pen and Boots needed two tune-ups at 154.
But Lennox, don't you think that for a fighter who's close to 30 years old with over 30 fights right? And he's already been a unified champion in at least one weight, which really doesn't count for much because we know how you got those belts. Don't you think we should? My issue with him, my red flag is normally when I see a fighter who's 28 and has as many fights as you do, usually when they're good, I already know a lot about them. I know a lot about Crawford by now.
You know their
I know a
identity.
lot about him.
Yeah.
I know a lot about I knew a lot about Gennady by now. Like, yeah, I know a lot about him. So how could you have a guy who's 28 years old? He's got over 30 fights. He's been at welterweight for an eon, and well, we don't know what's going to happen if he get hit. But we should. The fact that we don't know that's a problem.
And another red flag I have is Cameron Duncan usually takes his guys to Top Rank. Why didn't Top Rank Bruce Trampler and then what did they see that? Like, no, we're good. We're good, Cameron. Take him over to Showtime.
We good on that. We don't need that. You know, we got Crawford. You know, maybe Cameron didn't take him over there because Crawford over there. Maybe it was that. But in fairness, Cameron is the one who brought them Crawford. For those
That's what I'm saying. Cameron takes his guys over there first.
That's the irony of it.
Right, Cameron got them Crawford. Shout out to King Lopez. Virgil has the best style for Xander, hands down. Do y'all agree with that? Best style for Xander.
Nah. Nah. Sorry.
Nah. No.
I think.
Look, I'll say this. I think Virgil. It's like he'll cry the pocket, yo. He'll put the pressure on you, but I think Xander will make him work for his shot. You know, to get to him.
The reason I don't think that. You say the best style for Xander. I would say no, because Xander has grown accustomed to dealing with that style. Jorge Perez Garcia. Exactly. Jorge Perez Garcia, Abbas Peru. Now, granted that those guys don't have Virgil's punching power, but it's the style. Like, what? They're gonna pressure Xander? Yeah, he's seen that before. Yeah. He's seen that before.
Virgil's a straight up and down downhill fighter.
Virgil has the best style for Sebastian and Josh Kelly. Those are the guys he's got the best style for. But for Xander seen that shit before. Could Virgil beat him? Could?
Yeah. I don't know. He can't. His feet ain't fast enough.
Yeah. Exactly what I was about to say.
That and Xander bigger than him too, though. Xander could turn him, man. He don't. And yo, all this time off playing fucking with Rick Merrigan, letting light bounce off his fucking forehead. Your career is passing you by, bro. Straight, yeah, it is. Like the fuck you doing this summer?
And they should have caught Xander before he goes. They should have caught Xander before he got to 160.
28. He's about 20. Yeah. Xander's about 20. I mean, not Xander. Virgil's about 28.
Yeah. So if he sits out 2 years on the Mikey Garcia team, he comes back at 30 because it looks like he's gonna have.
He's not gonna sit out there like real shit. He'll be back. Quote me. You know I'm clairvoyant. You know I'm clairvoyant. He's not gonna sit out for no 2 years, bro. He'll be back by the end of the year. Rick is going to stick his finger. He's going to stick his tongue all the way up Oscar's ass so that they smooth this shit out and give Virgil a date. Rick thought it was cool in the gang when Oscar was between broadcasters. Now that he got the zone, yeah, we don't got a case. Our case was they're between broadcasters. Well, they're not anymore. So, what do you want to do? Right? Virgil will be back against the bum in November and December. Against the bum. But against the bum, it's gonna be another bum bash. He'll be back, but it's gonna be a bum bash. Is he gonna fight Boots after that?
I don't know.
Man, Virgil got to get a belt.
Yeah, he got. I think he's leaving the division. So.
I mean, but you got to get a belt. Who you gonna get? Yanni Beck not leaving, fellas. So you're not getting a belt from him. You'll get a belt from, because you're not getting a belt from Yanni.
Staying at 160?
Yes, sir. Go to his Twitter. Go to his Twitter. He said thank you. He filed an appeal. He filed an appeal last week. so that they could reduce the suspension or lift it. Fast forward a few days. Thank you, WBO. See you guys soon. That's on his page.
Okay.
So
what's the drug testing saying?
well,
Because
no, listen.
he fails another test.
Wait. In fairness, I'm not saying I believe him, Lennox, but I will say that of all the people who tested positive for a banned substance and needed to explain themselves, he's the only one who did comprehensively. He's the only one, and that's, I'm talking years, Lennox. He's the only one I've seen. That doesn't make his story true, but it does stand out. He has medical documentation that corroborates. He had an emergency room visit, and he was given prescription drugs. One of the prescriptions was meldonium, except in his country, it's not called that. It's called something else. So their thing is, we didn't know. And it's part of, it's not, it's part of the national database in Kazakhstan, which I don't imagine is very big because Kazakhstan's not very big. And I never heard nobody come up with all that paperwork like yeah, he explained himself like, yeah, if that's what happened, that's what happened. He might be telling the truth.
He might be, except for all the incidents ahead of that, like missing weight, going to the hospital. If you think there was a fight canceled, and then all of a sudden you're looking like Superman.
Yeah. I'm just, once again, Lennox, I'm not saying.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm just saying the reason why I got to side eye it is there's other evidence. You get me?
No, yeah. There's anecdotal. There's reason to believe that you needed a weight cutting agent that allows you to maintain muscle and also acts as a vasodilator, because that's what meldonium does. That's what it does. It opens up your airways and it allows you to keep your muscle while you burn your fat. That's why Povetkin took that shit, right? Like, let's not beat around the bush. So it's possible. It's possible Yanni Beck was cheating, but I'm saying under the circumstances with all these fighters that never have a legitimate reason for what happened, like they know. Jerome Miller said he got gas station dick pills, bro. Luis Ortiz said he ate a horse.
That was the John Jones defense, bro.
Luis said, I literally said, yo, the nandrolone came from the horse I ate. You see? Fury ate boar testicles. Yo, I was eating boar testicles.
What was Okoli's excuse? He ate too much McDonald's?
Yo, I don't know what's gonna happen to him because his shit, So I'm just saying, in the realm of fighters that have tested positive for a banned substance that needed to offer up a legitimate explanation for what happened, that is by and large one of the only times I've ever seen that happen. Actual medical documentation of a doctor visit that proves this came from a drug that I was given. So, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette. You guys think on that, country. I want a 500-page essay on it by Monday. I'll be back.
Okay.
Listen, I would give him the benefit of the doubt if there wasn't so much anecdotal evidence around it ahead of that.
Quote,
you know what I mean? Like, so it's just one of them ones there where, like, it's calm. If it's the first one, it's just like if there's too much anecdotal evidence around it that says, nah. Because it's like guys that are always injured and then they come back looking like Superman.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just too much anecdotal. Because I'm sure there's fighters that you think if they got popped tomorrow, you won't be surprised. You can't say anything because they've never failed a test. You might have your suspicions. But once, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah, man. I mean, look, I think he tried to gain an advantage to me. Like, I'm really not buying the story myself. Like,
because I could see in body language, no matter what you say, he did not have the most utter comfort. And what's embarrassing is it was an old Lara, a 40-year-old Lara.
Like, what do you need that for?
Well, because you don't believe. That's the thing. What people forget is that a lot of times PEDs are about the psychology of it. It's not really. It's like these guys need something to make them feel like, because they don't really believe without it. But You know,
Right.
another conversation that people haven't really talked about is that everyone's like, I haven't done a live in ages, or I haven't even spoke to Beats. I was trying to tell people that Conor Benn's going to get cashed out because he's never going to be the same. Because if you look at evidence of people who cut weight, right, who cut muscle, first example, Roy Jones, 25 pounds from heavyweight to this thing. Then the guy who Andre Ward beat, what's his name, that he made come down from light heavier cruiser.
Right.
No one ever cuts weight and it's the same. You don't cut muscle weight. You don't cut muscle and they're the same. So yeah. So
with that being said, you don't think he's going to come back? Benavidez is going to come back down to light heavyweight and fight Bivol?
No, not at all. He's a clout chaser, fam. That man's a bigger clout chaser than Wilder.
However, Bivol has made. I'm sorry to cut you off, but like Bivol has made statements that he does want plans to go on the cruiserweight, right? So who knows?
No, I want it at 175 because he chat way too much shit. Like he got gifted a belt because there's nothing I'd love to see. Because I got money that Bivol beats him, and actually here's a wild take that's not as wild. I think Bivol puts him on the floor.
Oh yeah, I think so too.
I
just think that like the thing with Benavidez is like, I know some people don't see it, but it's like he lacks balance sometimes. He can get caught with an off-balance
shot. He's touched the canvas, what, 3 times, 4 times?
Yeah, because he gets caught square. And I used to, joke on him and said that he has a SpongeBob, stance. Like he just comes in forward squared.
He's square and he doesn't turn over his punches. He's an arm puncher. He's a habitual arm puncher.
Right.
That's why
the speed makes up for it.
Yeah, no, it's quick. You get me? It's like girl flurries, like Katie Taylor, right? She does those Wing Chun flurries. It looks good, but there's no power behind it because there's no weight.
Right.
So it's great for scoring points, and that's really the reason why he's fought people that other people stopped, and he hasn't stopped. Because the fact is, there's no, there's no hip in his shots. Like there's no body in his shots. So like Caleb Plant, he's hitting him, but it's arm punches. So if you're on decent nick, you can eat, and you've got a solid guard. The arm punches don't really get through. They're not really going to do much.
Right.
That's
so all that shoe shining, it's just for show. And I think that might benefit him, against a guy like Zordo, who's like very heavy handed.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't think he's ever fought anyone this big.
Well, the thing about it is timing beats speed. So if you go in there with someone with good timing who can clip you between the shots, which is why he shoe shines so much. If you notice his fast shots, he doesn't throw straight shots. It's bare shoe shines and
it's arm hooks punches. And uppercut. Yeah.
That's what I was saying about him fighting Zordo. Is could Zordo time him properly and negate?
Yeah. Well, if you look at it, what's was it who knocked him down? Not Porky Medina. Porky Medina is where he got the highlight knockout.
Gravel.
It was timing. Even mi hermano that was timing. That was a check shot. It was all timing.
Yeah.
You talking about Zordo? And Benavidez?
Yeah.
What you think is going to happen on Saturday? I didn't get your take on that.
I mean, I think I was saying if Zordo has the timing to kick, because number one, I don't think Benavidez has power because he's an arm puncher. We were just talking about the fact that he doesn't turn over his shots and there's no hip. He doesn't turn his hip or turn his body into a shot. He's squared up, which is why he gets knocked down, because he's always squared up and he gets clipped coming in. Right. And he doesn't, because he's squared up, he can't turn his hip on his punches. So there's no power in his shots. So, but what happens is he gets those, I call them the girl flurries, the Katie Taylor flurries. You know what I mean? So it looks good. Yep. He gets the Katie Taylor flurries, but you're not really hurting anyone. You get me? Like if you could flurry that on my guard, it's not really going to do much. But the trick to that is you got to have the timing to clip in between. So that's how he got knocked down by Gavril. That's how he got knocked down by what's his name, David Morrell. So it's about timing. Now, if Zordo has the timing, you know what I mean, and if Zordo can control range, he might be able to get it. But I don't know. That man is selling it like Zordo might be just coming in to lay down.
What do you make of what he did to Anthony Yard? Because in fairness, he fucked him up, and I didn't think he was gonna fuck him up like that. I had him winning.
Listen, I thought Yard was done after the you know my stance in fights, taking things out of fighters. I thought I think I was on with you were beats. I said Yard was a shot fighter after the after he fought the Russian.
Kovalev?
No, not Kovalev. Benavidez.
Benavidez. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that was a beating. That took more out of him. And you know what I mean? Once it's out of you, you just can't pause. You can't put it back.
Right. And plus he has no jab defense, so of course he's gonna get caught many times with that.
Yeah,
here's how you know Anthony Yard was shot. Watch that from the first round. There was no pop in his punches from round one. He had no pop in his punches, even his pull counter and his little hook that he normally gets off hard. Watch the power of his shots in the Benavidez fight, and then watch the first round versus Benavidez. You could tell it wasn't. He was punching in the first round like a guy who was fatigued in say 8 or 9, which tells me he came into the fight shot. Maybe he was overtrained, but I think that the Benavidez fight took more out of him than anyone knew.
He didn't look good with Lyndon Arthur after that either.
No,
he had a trilogy with Lyndon Arthur after that. He didn't look good in that.
Exactly. That's how you know.
My problem with the Benavidez fight, I'm picking him, but I'm only picking him as hedging my bets. In other words, I don't like this guy, so I don't want that to influence my prediction. So I'm going to pick you to win, because one thing I do think you have over Zordo, which is not X's and O's, you are quick in the pocket. You look, I should say, you look like you're fast. If you can beat him to the punch there, maybe you can win on activity. But X's and O's, and I'm really going against my own nature here. I think Zordo's a better boxer. Yeah, I think he's a better. I think he's better on the inside than David.
He's a better inside boxer, yeah.
And I think he's added wrinkles to his game that give him the exact kind of fight plan that he needs for David, that you got to alternate. You can't just run from him. You got to mix it up on the inside, then get back on your bike, set him up, and then if he gets in, okay, you fight him off again. But you got to alternate. That's how you win the fight.
He's got to turn him.
He showed he can
turning.
And he showed he could do that. That he showed he could turn. If you look at the Chris Billum Smith fight, everything he did to Chris, that's what you got to do to David. It's just that, well, David is a little, or we don't even know if he's going to be. But if we're using what we've seen, okay, so David is maybe a bit faster than Chris Billum Smith. Yeah, Chris is a $2 steak, by the way. That dude is tough as fucking balls, bro. Like you got to hit that dude with a chair or something. Like, what the fuck wrong with him? Like, go down, bro. Because Zordo fucked him up. Like, he fucked him up. Wouldn't go away. But I'm going against my nature in the sense that, look, if I didn't talk this much shit about David, and if I didn't like David, right, all this shit, take all that away and just look at them, I would pick Zordo. I'm not picking him because I don't want nobody. I told you don't pick David. David. I'm not doing that. You're not going to get me. I'm okay being wrong if I get to talk shit on Sunday. I'm okay.
Yeah, see, if Zordo can use the southpaw angles and keep him turning, it's not even, he doesn't even have to sit in the pocket. Just keep him turning. He does not have to sit in the pocket. If he could use, I think this is going to boil down to conditioning. Honestly, it's going to boil down to conditioning. If he's got the conditioning to keep him turning, because what I just said, Benavidez is flat-footed, and you turn a flat-footed fighter, he's not quick enough to turn. In terms of hand speed,
have memo. And he doesn't have memo for those that don't know. He doesn't have memo for this camp.
In terms of hand speed, he's a shoe shiner. You know what I mean? It's like it's Kate Taylor flurry, so it's not really power. All you gotta do, because what he does, them things look good hitting the guard because his hands are moving quickly. You know what I mean? But it's like it's almost Gary Russell-esque. You know what I mean? Like, where's they look good, but you could throw 30 punches and the guy's still standing in front of you. I mean,
Yeah. And then you got his fans thinking that it's like like fucking Fist of the North Star shit. Like, get out of here, man.
Yeah, he said Fist of the fucking North Star. Listen.
because
It's a
let's be
good
honest.
fight. Wait, it's a good fight. But I'm like, logically, I really want to pick Zerto. I just don't want Mirage, and I don't want Jerry coming on here on Monday and fucking with me and talking shit to me. So I'm gonna pick. I pick David. Like I got David.
The
I
Jules
got
Jinx.
David. Right? Yeah, I got David. I hope you do too, so we could all be wrong. I hope you got him too, so we could all be wrong. Yo, I got whoever you got. How about
It's a
that?
kamikaze. Yo, it's a kamikaze pick, bro.
Right? I got who? Yo, you got him? I got him too. Shit. So we out here. Then you know what I mean? But X's and O's, like I said, go back and watch that the Arsene Goulamarian fight. Everything that Zerto did in those fights, you only got to watch those two. Everything he did in those fights, that's what you have to do to David. Yeah, that's what you got to do. Turn him. Go that way. Go that way. David is walking on slides. He's walking on Nike slides in the ring, bro.
Yeah.
Like that dude can't. He couldn't get on a good foot if he wanted to. And a lot of that shit, Lennox. I said the same shit you said. I said that 2 days ago. Yo, that shit that he do, that's not real combinations. Look at the yard fight. Like that's not a combination, bro. That's just you
hits a
acting
lot
fucking.
too.
Yeah, like, that's not a combination. Like you just being retarded over there, bro. You know, that's just you just being retarded over there. And I really struggle to think that shit is like, yo, you gonna fuck Zerto up with that? I don't know. We'll see, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, y'all
I
did
mean,
spar
Zerto is
each other.
durable, man. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious. I mean, honestly, I'm like, I'm not even picking. But one thing I do want to see, though, if he wins, I wish he's got the cojones to go down to 175 and get beat up by Bibbo.
Nah, you know that.
Hell
Like,
no, he ain't going back down.
They talking, bro. Like I didn't, because I gotta make videos about something, right? But realistically, bro, yo, dog, you don't go to cruiser and then go back down to light heavy. Like, who the fuck does that, bro? Who? If you win two
Go back
belts
down
at
to
cruiser,
Roy Jones.
right? Exactly.
Well,
Exactly.
but
And look how
speaking
that
of where
turned
you
out.
came, you see where you came in. I was just talking about the fact that no one ever really wants to address not just Roy, but what's his name that Andre Ward fought. There's three
Chad Dawson.
fighters that
Chad
have
Dawson.
cut weight. You don't cut that much. You don't cut 20. Was it how many? 14 kg, 25 pounds of muscle. It affects you. It affects your nerves. It affects
My God.
everything. That's
He
what I'm
wins,
saying.
yo, he wins that fight on Saturday. You know what he's gonna do? And I don't understand why Canelo doesn't want to fight me. And B-ball. I got 2 belts. What's up? That's what he's. I got 2 belts now. What's up? I'll see you up
You
here.
gotta come see me.
You gotta come. Yo, that's he not yo fam. Like if you really think this
He's not about
fat
nothing.
fuck. You think this fat fucker really good? Like, yeah, he gonna go up there. He gonna win 2 belts, and yeah, yo, now I'm not gonna eat for 6 months. Now, what? Yeah,
You know what?
homie.
You know what's crazy? Yeah, because it's open season up there. Yeah, because the Aussie's got no belt, and the Aussie's on an island by himself. He can't fight nobody. So basically, he's got a free run of cruiserweight.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick. Oh man, man's got to go up now.
No, and no. But the you know what's wild? I'll tell you what's wild. Look, I'm not doing the Zufa homo shit, but I'm being real. The fights at Zufa at cruiserweight are some of the best fights to make. Ryan Rozicki versus Chris Billum Smith. Yo, sign me up, because that's Gaddy versus Ward. That's Gaddy versus yes. That's what that is.
That's not the sweet science. That's
I don't want. Yo, sometimes I
We're
don't
not
need
sweet
the
scientists.
My God, listen. Them 2 dudes don't know what defense is, bro. Like, yes, that is an amazing fight. Or another one you could do. Chris already did that with Glanton, and Jayo Pataya did that with Glanton. But you know who didn't? Ryan Rozicki. Brandon Glanton versus Ryan Rozicki. Yes. Sign me up for that. Yes. And aside, listen, if Jayo Pataya I like Chris, man. He's a good kid. He kind of looks like John Cena. But yo, if that big-eyed Australian get his hands on you, bro, yo,
Yeah.
I mean, like,
You know, possession after the fight.
Yeah, but that's the point. But you see, you just made my point, right? Because most of them man there are on an island on Zufa.
Yeah, but the point that I was making by showing that round robin is that, believe it or not, some of the best and most entertaining fights outside of this weekend's fight, that make a long story short, the one who's on an island is the winner of this weekend's fight. What are you gonna do now?
But here's the thing: he's on an island, but all the belts are on the island.
What belts? Two belts.
Can I speak on that real quick?
Good.
Like, listen, I hear that island thing, but like, what if I said that those ring cards are like neutral territory between non-UBO fighters and the UBO ones? Like, I think Turkey could pull some strings to get him that fight under the ring banner.
Let me tell you something. Vidal Riley is about to be IBF champion. Vidal Riley, right? Chris ducked him. Like, call it what it is. That's a duck. Yeah, that's a duck. You ducked him, Chris. Straight up. I don't think for a second that Vidal Riley is going to come to America to kiss ass and suck dick because these guys say so. Vidal Riley, believe it or not, is more well known than them. Yeah, I know that's going to sound crazy. Go to his social media. That's all I'm saying. The dude is known not just for boxing. He's an influencer. Yeah. He's like a legit boxer. He's a legitimate boxer, but he's an influencer. He's not strapped for cash. Do I think Vidal Riley, once he becomes IBF champion, what? Yeah, I gotta go. No. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna probably defend his belt like 2 times. What I'm telling you is, it's not cookie crunchy for the winner of this weekend's fight. Like, nah, you fought Zordo. Congratulations. Now what? You don't got Ryan Rozicki. You don't got Chris Smith. You don't want Jayo Pataya. All you got is that dumb Armenian that puts mousse in his hair, and he fuck around go to Zufa. He'll fuck around go. And what he doing? He ain't doing nothing.
Look, we know the WBC can't wait to strip Michaelian. They don't want nothing to do with that Armenian.
Do you know how mad Mauricio got to be? Like, look, this fucking motherfucker. He got that. Look at this guy. What the fuck we gonna do with him? An Armenian in Florida? What are we gonna do with that? What
can't make no money.
What the fuck we gonna do with that?
We got to put the belt on David via email.
Fucking Jules to the left field with this shit.
What they gonna do with that dude, country? Like, what are we gonna do with an Armenian that puts mousse in his hair in Florida? What the fuck? And we don't even got nobody in the ranks. We don't even got nobody in the ranks to fuck him up. And you know, and this is where it's so odd, because look, if Zufa's mission statement was to bring forward a framework devoid of the sanctioning bodies, I'm sorry to tell you, and I kind of want you to succeed in that effort, but at least momentarily you may have to play ball for the sake of the brand. You might have to play ball for the sake of the brand. Yeah.
So it's an interesting conversation that I had with a guy Dolby at NAB last week, and I was looking at this thing. I was like, yeah, for that man to succeed, they're gonna have to spend a lot more money, because I looked at the UFC and I was trying to figure out when's the last time they built up a star, they made a star. And the guy I was chatting to was a proper UFC fan, and he's a proper MMA fan, and it turns out they've actually never made a star. Everyone came from somewhere. That Anderson Silva, all these guys, they buy in talent. So as the landscape changes, where you're not going to get the top guys, you're not going to get the casualist thing. So if you can't build stars, you're going to be in a world of trouble. You know what I mean?
Lennox is my cousin or some shit, because that's what the fuck I said. If all you have is a lot of money that Turkey gave you, you know what Matchroom's going to do and the other promoters are going to do? They're going to sign their fighters to long-term contracts. That's what they just did with Bam. That's what they just did with Dalton Smith and Shannon Ryan, Sky Nicholson, a bunch of people. That's what Top Rank just did with Xander Zayas. They're going to dry you out to where you can't poach their fighters, at which point you're going to have to develop your own. And the problem is you don't know how. You don't know how.
And also, here's what people are forgetting. The lifeblood of boxing has been the UK and Europe. And guess where you don't have the Ali Act or this UBO monopoly shit that you're trying to do? Guess where you don't get help by the government? The BBBOC is not supporting that. Small hall boxing is the lifeblood of that. The Germans ain't effing with that. So what are you going to do? Because let's be frank, I'm sorry to the Americans on the panel, but the UK and Europe has kept the sport alive. You know what I mean?
And south of the border.
The heavyweight, and Mexico, the heavyweight division, the glamour division would not exist without Anthony Oluwafemi Joshua.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you think, and I'm talking about commercially, the money in the heavyweight division is on the back of one person only, and that person is from Nigeria and the UK. So
I don't disagree with you, Lennox, but it's how long is the zone? How long is the zone gonna want to lose money?
Here comes the Mark Shapiro hour. Let me tell you something, bro. What you keep forgetting, Drew. And I keep telling you, my Capricorn brother, no matter what, they're selling boxing. No matter what, you're selling boxing. What the fuck is Zufa's heavy? Yo, Zufa's heavyweight division. Charles Martin.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just merely saying the fact is, like my man D Style finally pointed it out. What is the premium package of the zone when all your premium fights go to Netflix?
You right? No, you right. You right. Yo,
what
listen,
is the premier package when? How long is Lem Blavatnik gonna want to bleed red ink?
Yo, I hear you, bro.
The zone's been in the green for the last 2 years.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. I didn't.
And what I'm talking in the green, where though? In the green in their boxing? Because that matters too.
Globally, the zone has been.
But no, you're not listening. They're in the green because of the other sport. I'm talking the same way Showtime got out of boxing because it wasn't in the green.
Wait, Drew, while you raise a valid question, what you also have to consider is that question applies in reverse. How long is Turkey going to want to overpay for this vanity project so that we could get more FA Ajagba fights?
Oh, we already have the 2030. That's when the rug's getting pulled per the Saudi fund plan.
The point I'm making is you can question how long Len wants to keep being attached to this thing, but you can just as easily question how long before Turkey gets bored with Zufa. How long? What if a year from now, yo, this what we got? Kind of Ben and Hitchens and Richens, bro. This what we doing tonight? Yeah, I'm good, homie.
I mean, Jules, it's not even Zufa. It's how long till Saudi gets bored with TKO because they got WrestleMania coming over there. What, next year?
Yeah. They do.
So it's how long do they get tired? How long does Sella and Saudi get tired of TKO?
Okay, but TKO ended up quick segment. Wait. TKO doesn't encompass the Zufa shit though. The Zufa shit might get minimized to some bullshit because look. Do you know how long it would take them to really legit? Like, I don't know that you could ever legitimize the Zufa belt. To be honest, like I don't know if enough. The IBO has been around since 1988, bro, and they still don't fuck with that belt, bro. How many years gotta pass? How many years gotta pass before the Zufa belt means something?
Let's skip what they're doing over there across the pond, Lennox. Do you honestly see the zone becoming a viable entity in America to build American stars?
Well, unfortunately, it's a global world, and I would say this that Julius knows: if you knew what Netflix is paying the zone to get AJ, they're not really. You'd have a different
Thank you.
opinion.
No, I know, but I know Netflix's approach to
No,
doing that
no,
is
no,
just
wait. I told you. I said this already. The amount of money they're kicking out to use AJ covers losses. You understand that? If the zone when they started out, they had a lot of losses.
1 second, Julius. 1 second. By the way, just
Yeah.
so for those who don't know, AJ is a part owner of the zone. Just FYI.
yeah, we know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Julius, go ahead.
So the point is the amount of money that they're kicking out to use an exclusive fighter to the platform. It covers bases. It creates surplus. We don't got to do nothing. You want to use it? Great. You got to pay us a lot of money, but you want to use them? Go ahead. Now we got this surplus of cash. We don't got to do fucking nothing, bro. We could use this and we could do other shows with it. We're in the green. We're in the green. And where you ask, does the zone have the functionality to start developing stars in America? The reason I would say yes is because they have all the major promoters. Where else is it going to happen? Zufa?
I don't disagree with you, but I'm at the price point you're asking is more than any other consumer in the world, and for the less value, because Lennox gets the NBA, he gets the NFL, he gets MLB on the zone over there. We get shite.
Yeah.
I see. No. I see this happening, and it just hit me like a fucking like a cock ring. Netflix will maybe in a year, maybe sooner, come out with some kind of package that has the zone on their platform. The ultimate tier will remain separate, a separate charge. But I believe that Netflix could be on the verge. I don't think conversations are happening. I can just see the framework that, Netflix wants live sport. They seem interested in boxing. DAZN is the authority in boxing at this moment. They are the authority in boxing. It's where most of it is happening and where most of the bankable fighters are. And I could see them working something out where for an additional charge, you get an ordinary DAZN sub with your Netflix. I could see that.
No, remember we broached that, like DAZN becoming an add-on to like Prime or Netflix. We've talked about that. The antitrust laws and will prevent that from Americans benefiting from that because of the agreements that American broadcasters have with those other sports leagues. I just don't see DAZN becoming value for money for an American subscriber that just likes boxing.
Yeah, but I think you're. Wait. No. Wait.
So
Drew,
for an
you should know better
American
than
that
to
just
focus
likes
on
boxing,
Americans.
what
Who
else do you
fucking
get in the
cares?
boxing? Yep.
No. You guys are focusing on You guys are focusing on Americans too much for me. I'm saying that we're past the point of needing Americans to participate. I'm telling you, we're past that point.
That's wrong.
We are past that point. If America wants to develop a star, and I believe that they can, still, I believe it's possible, but we're past the point of we got to make it in America, and we got to do it for. No, we don't. The UK sells. Chris Billam-Smith in Bournemouth sells more than most of these guys anywhere. Lee Wood in Nottingham sells more than most of these guys. And listen, it's going to sound fucked up, right? Josh Warrington in Leeds sells more than Devin Haney anywhere in the United States. Losing fights, losing hair. That dude sells.
I don't know what
Americans, man. I'm trying.
The approach I'm saying is the UK is going to be fine. They're going to make money. They're going to build stars. What I'm saying is the total cost benefit analysis of look at what we're kicking out to American promoters. What is the ROI on that? What we're kicking out, and is it actually worth it, or do we throw that money more into the UK eventually?
No.
Boxing is a global sport. This is what you know to miss.
Wait. No. Wait. To answer the question, look at what American promoters you're talking about. They didn't say it, but I know it. Golden Boy's budget got cut. They're not getting now what they got in the beginning. I know that for a fucking fact, because in the beginning you had Canelo and Ryan. I know you're not getting this new deal. I know you're not getting what you got before. The question is, what is Top Rank getting? And I don't even think Top Rank's not getting 90 million, Drew. Like they're not getting what the fuck they
Oh,
were
not
getting
even, I
on
don't even think they're
ESPN.
getting half of that.
Yo,
So
one more thing
if
about UK fighters. Nathan Heaney draws more than Sebastian Fundora does in Vegas. Think about that.
on fucking God. Yo, dog, Nathan
real.
Heaney could be trimming his fucking mustache and there's 2,000 people outside the bathroom, bro. That dude sell tickets. I don't know why, but he's with them big
He
ass church
sucks.
socks. But
Yeah.
with them church socks and that porn
Uncles.
stash, right? Like that dude could literally be trimming his mustache and it's 3,000 people outside the bathroom. The point that I'm making, Drew, is I think that they are past the point of overemphasizing the American market. They see it's a tough crowd. They see that they're just not receptive to very much. So I don't think that's their area of focus. Their area of focus is, yo, these UK fights sell, right? Some of these
Yes.
German fights sell. These Aussies, they just inked the Foxtel deal in Australia, right? Like Matchroom, DAZN, all that shit. They looking at the other markets. America's not receptive to its own fighters, so they wouldn't focus on this place anymore. Like, look, if Boots could do 10,000 in Philly, cool. If Keyshawn could do 10,000 in Norfolk, cool. We'll build on that. But we don't need it to work here. Like, nah, we don't, because most of the money makers is from other countries.
And America, they want America to be the way it is because the chicanery is out in the open here.
Yeah.
Let's take it off. Hang on for 2 seconds. Let's take it off boxing and look at sports in general. If you look in finance now, you see the biggest sports investment. All the American companies are trying to buy football teams in Europe. They're trying to buy into the Prem. They're trying to buy into La Liga. They're trying to buy into the Italian league. Why? That's where the money is. So let's take it out of this thing. So this myopic worldview about what's going on in America, the money is saying it's a global market. And guess what? The second biggest global sport outside of football, soccer, as you lot call it, is boxing. Whether America likes it or not, they're looking at it as this is a global market. The zone is in multiple countries. So, yes, I get it.
Where I'm going to shut you down is the top 5 worldwide global sports brands. They're all American. The Cowboys, the Warriors, the Rams, the Giants, the Lakers. More
Big
than any
man,
European soccer team.
Big man, do you know what the viewership for the Liverpool
I'm not
game?
talking about viewership.
No.
I'm talking
We're talking
about
about metrics. We're talking about actual numbers here.
I'm talking
A
about
Sunday game gets the viewership of
I'm
your
not talking
Super
about
Bowl.
and that
Yeah,
doesn't
soccer-
matter.
soccer
What
shit is
you're
crazy.
failing to listen is I'm talking about the subscriber base here. We don't benefit from nothing on the zone. Nothing. It's not value for money.
No. Oh,
That's
God.
your opinion,
Drew.
because
No.
guess why? Look,
No. It's not. No, it's not that. It's that, Drew. I hear what you're saying, and you know what the zone is saying? We don't care. Oh, you don't like us? Well, then don't watch. We're focusing on Europe. We're focusing on Britain. We're focusing on foreign markets. Why? If the Americans cared about boxing, then Showtime would still be in it. ESPN would still be in it, like before. Fox would still be in it. After, what's it been, Lennox? About 7 years that the zone has been in this market. By now, they have to know, the Americans are more trouble than they're worth. They have to know that. So where you're saying, Drew, it's not value for money to Americans. Well, you know what? The Americans don't spend money as it is, so they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. Oh, you don't like the Ryan Garcia? All right. Look at who their money makers are, Drew. Look. They don't even got to they don't even have to put together the show for Joshua versus Fury, and they're making money off of that. That's how big of money. Like Netflix want that. Like, hey, y'all want to do that? As long as y'all pay us, we don't give a fuck. They loving them AJ numbers. Don't you see? They loving them AJ numbers. Like, this fucking AJ guy, fucking guy.
Yeah.
Big bitches going crazy out here.
I wish I could tell you what the deal, what the release is. Yo,
I would put yo. You don't gotta tell me nothing. I would put the number at 100 million in that neighborhood.
It's over 50. I know that for a fact.
I would put it in that neighborhood to use him. He's not a fighter. He's not a fighter. You know what I mean? He owns part of the company. Owns part of the zone. He got stocks in that shit, right? I would put the number around there to use him. Yeah. You want to use our guy, it's gonna cost you. I don't think they got to kick that out for Fury. because Fury's not exclusive to the zone. He's not. He never was. Fury never had the deal. Fury never had the deal on the zone and with the zone that AJ had. By the time Frank Warren migrates to the zone, Fury's sniffing coke in Thailand. He's a TNT fighter. It's different. It's different, bro. It's different, bro. I'm trying to tell you. So look, here's the thing, Drew. America has to incentivize itself as a market, and right now they're not doing that. To some extent, they have a good reason. That is true that you may not be getting value for money because a lot of what you want is behind a paywall. A lot of what you want. But even before we got to this point, Americans weren't spending money anymore. The only reason America was the hub for boxing was because this is where the money was spent. So this is where the money was made. Well, that changed a long time ago. A long time ago. Like, what was the last great American pay-per-view? Crawford and Spence. That was the last one. The last great American pay-per-view. I don't count Canelo's because Canelo's Mexican. And when was Crawford and Spence? 3 years ago. We ain't had another one like that.
I think it's all going to come down to Saudi has investments in every entity. They invested in DAZN. They invested in Paramount. The funding's going to get cut to whatever entity is not bringing them any money back.
Can I tell you who I think that's going to be? Zufa.
I'm talking. No, they invested in Paramount as a whole.
Okay, I don't think Zufa's going to bring them any money. I don't.
But do you think? What do you think? Do you think?
Stop panicking because you're panicking.
I'm not.
You got shares in fucking Zufa. You think I don't know who you are?
No, I'm saying who's gonna bring? I'm saying who's gonna bring them more? Who's gonna bring them more money? Paramount Plus as a whole with all the movies and all that shit, or DAZN?
Oh, okay. I see what you mean. You act like they can't compartmentalize, Drew. I mean, we're focusing
that's what
on
I'm
the
saying.
boxing. But you're talking about the platform as a whole. When I'm just telling you, look, I would like for Zufa to succeed because I think boxing needs regulation. It needs reform. I kind of want it to succeed in its own way, but I just don't see how this works when everybody's clicking up. Right? The alphabets are clicking up. The promoters are clicking up. Even the fucking fans are clicking up. Like, we don't like you, Dana. Fuck you, Dana. We don't like you.
Well, you see what's going to happen. I'll tell you exactly what's going to happen. If they're able to do their whatever they do here and $100 million fights disappear, guess what? All the top boxers, all the top fighters in the States are going to do? Hop right over to Europe where there's no Ali Act, no UBO, and you can still get $100 million for a fight.
But that's not every fighter. You think Devin Haney's going to go over there to eat what he kills?
No, not even that. Because I think it's a little bit smaller than that. When you think about those fighters that are being problematic that way, you're talking about a handful of fighters, maybe handful and a half. You're talking about Devin, Shakur, Teofimo, Ryan. Ryan can sometimes justify what he's worth. Very rarely, but sometimes he can. You know what he wants. Benavidez. Because while we talk about the prima donnas a lot, it's a top-heavy discussion. When those guys like Devin right now is on a fucking iceberg. Like, nobody fucking cares, bro. You don't have a fight? Oh, so what? And Shakur, all that buzz from the Lopez fight, and I'm not a hater. I said you was going to do that. But you see? Now, what, 2-3 months later, who fucking cares, bro? You're not doing. I'm worried about the AJ fight. Fuck going on with you? I'm worried about the Ino and Nakatani fight. Fuck you doing? You don't got to fight. Oh well. When these guys start to get older, somebody else said it, not me. I forgot who said it, and it was the most accurate forecast I heard. When these guys see that they can't get out there and get that money the way they're getting it now, the way that they have been, they will retire. They're not going to go back to fighting 3 times a year, Drew. They're not they're not. They want to come in. So when if Turkey, the shit dry up and the shit ain't what it was, these young guys will retire at 31, straight up.
because they don't want to work.
Yeah, maybe because they don't want to work.
The same.
I made my money.
All I'm rooting for is the chaos of the UBOs coming here. I know it's going to kill the club shows.
Well, it's only going to be one, Drew. It's not going to be UBOs. It's going to be one because I keep saying this. For all this talk of UBOs forming, the only one that this one formed is because they have the money to do it. For other people trying to form a league, it would be more trouble than it's worth. Only Zufa. Yeah. Look at the conglomerate. Nick Khan, Mark Shapiro, Dana White, Turkey LL Sheik, well, yeah, you guys could form a fucking a Gundam robot if you wanted to. All the money y'all got, but the average cat, like, nah, what you gonna make a league for? It's gonna be more trouble than it's worth.
I'm talking about the full, like, because in essence, this is gonna kill the club show circuit out here.
Well, then
what it's gonna require.
When you kill the club shows, how do you build talent? Where's the discovery?
But the club shows are already kind of killed out here, bro. Like, there's less and less club shows than there have ever been because of what the fighters want to get paid.
Boxing Insider in New York was doing regular shows every quarter, every 2 months.
I would say
club shows.
I would say in an extreme scenario, in a very extreme scenario, where the club scene takes a serious hit in the United States. The most that I could think of is that they might pool their resources together and start doing shows in Mexico. I could see that. If the situation gets desperate enough, they could work something out down there. And fighters from the United States might decide to fight down there more often also. I could see something like that.
But you see what that does to the local scene.
What is it going to require? You need additional medical staff. It's going to cost a lot more overhead, operational costs.
Yeah. No. I mean, look, it's people's wallets are about to get tight because of the doping thing. I remember they said that they wanted anti-doping testing top to bottom. I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna happen. Fucking doping testing costs more than some of these fighters' purses. You crazy? You crazy? Like, that shit ain't gonna happen. But look, we'll see, man. We'll see. On that note, I'm fucking tired and I need to go to sleep. And we're gonna pick up where we left off. I'm gonna do an afternoon talks tomorrow. I didn't do one today because I wanted to go to sleep. But
are we gonna break down the Alicia Baumgartner footage of sparring leaking?
Oh yeah, that's man. Oh man!
Tell her to just tell her to go to WWE. Tell her to go be a diva. I don't care.
Wait, what happened? Man. What happened? What sparring?
She got the Canadian girl. There's a Canadian girl called Carolyn Vieira. She's currently WBC lightweight champion. She leaked footage of her piecing up Alicia in sparring. It's on Fight Hype.
Man,
right
Alicia got counting problems, man.
I'm about to go watch that shit.
Just tell her to be a diva. Jules, you got her ear. Tell her to retire, be a WWE diva, and see her half naked with Rhea Ripley. Come on.
But she got to beat up Kellen DuBois next.
Listen.
This is hurting Jules bad.
I catch y'all on the next one, man.